The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.
Greetings, my fellow warriors, but me Canmo, and today we're going to address how to fix shoulder pain. Shoulder pain is a common issue that many gym goers from advanced to beginners experience, and the origin of that type of pain can depend on a whole cluster of events and phenomena happening inside the shoulder blade. The topic of the video is not the point of figuring out why it is occurring, but actually a quick movement that you can use to mitigate that type of pain, at least giving you the ability to work out to prehab your shoulder, and in order to work out within the next few minutes following it. From experience, I've come to feel some impingement here and there. Is not it doesn't happen often, but a lot of time when I stay away from doing any type of pressing movement that restricts my shoulder blades, the movement of my shoulder blade, meaning, i.e., whenever you're doing it, that pushing movement, your shoulder blade being locked in one position. And you can guess that usually happens whenever you are doing exercises or performing exercises like bench press, whether it's using the dumbbells or the barbell, because the range of motion of your scapula, your shoulder blades, is restricted. Sometimes it doesn't allow enough room for your bones and the whole structure inside your shoulder to glide perfectly. And so sometimes whenever I perform after a few repetitions, I start feeling some pinching feeling that urge me to stop right away. That pinching sometimes can be alarming, but because it occurred so many times, I know that it's not necessarily due to any type of injury, so I already know what it is and how to address it. All I have to do is, within the warm-up, as I go through the repetition, I use the exercise called the shoulder dislocation. I've made videos, plenty of videos about the shoulder dislocation, which is a drill and exercise that are actually very good and help you increase your shoulder mobility. And I'd like to call myself someone with a level of intermediate shoulder mobility, high intermediate. But despite that, I think because of my pec tear that I've had over 10 years ago, there's a level of tightness that's still there in that joint section that I need to really warm and infuse a level of momentum into the shoulder joint to be able to perform certain exercise and exactly or precisely the type of exercise that restricts the range of motion on your shoulder blade. I don't feel that type of disturbance whenever I'm doing like a push-up or anything like as such, where my shoulder blade was sliding up and down. I don't have any type of shoulder impingement. However, anytime I subject myself to a movement like the bench press, using a dumbbell or a barbell, sometimes depending on the load, after a threshold of repetition, there's 4 or 5 repetitions, as I go down, I feel that pinching into the shoulder blade, which usually trigger me to stop, and all I do is get on the shoulder dislocation movement. And you can perform that by grabbing any type of rods, any type of stick, as light as it should be. I would suggest to be as light as you can find. Anything that's heavy will probably make it unnecessarily harder than it should, because the goal of this instance of using it is not to exhaust those muscle. You have drills where you can load, you can load the rod and use a rod that's actually scale to a specific load in order to inquire a specific outcome using that type of stimulus. But in this case, use the lightest possibly rod or stick that you can find, and hold them in a pronated position, and you go all across, back and forth, and let it slide up and down. And depending on your shoulder mobility, I would suggest to slide outward if you have tight shoulder, and inward if your shoulder mobility is good enough. What you want to avoid is having a constant of an instance of struggling or a feeling of struggling hard whenever you're sliding up and down. So you should hold the ball at a distance that's pretty comfortable and allow yourself to go back and forth. Probably within the subsequent sets, you could go slightly narrower in order to force your shoulder to stretch even slightly more, in order to allow more room inside your shoulder complex to move freely, to allow the bones to move freely and avoid them pinching your shoulder blade. And after you do the first version with the pronated hand, then I will have you switching the grip to a supinated position, and then you slide back, and then you do the same thing, forth and back. And the next thing will be how much repetition should you go for. That's the magical number I actually came up with. You could actually go for a number that feels instinctive. You just want to come short of fatigue, start feeling the burn, and then as soon as you start feeling the burn, you stop. So at the initiation of at the trigger of accumulation of lactic acid, you want to just stop. And the number from trial and error that I came up with is number 7. I mean, people call the 7 lucky number 7, but I didn't actually go with intention of feeling lucky doing that drill. It just like I tried all the numbers from 5 repetitions conservative to 10 repetition, and I just felt that anytime I stuck to 7, it was just the right amount of number, and it helped me gain just enough to perform well and not fatigue the shoulder blade or overstretching some tendons that will sometimes, in one case, I may suspect that it may have induced some trauma to my bicep tendon, to the point that it got in the way of some competition performance. That's something that I suspect, but I'm not sure of it. So number 7, and that time I didn't use 7. I actually went to 10 repetition. So I strongly believe in that number 7. So whatever you do, stick to 7 repetition, going from the front to the back, nice and slow, and then you switch back from the back, to the supinated grip, and then from the back to the front, 7 repetition, and allow yourself about a minute before you attack the set of the workout that you're doing, the pressing workout that you're doing, the bench press, and see. It just works like magic. And if it's still not good and you feel that impingement, that's fine. Just stop as soon as you feel that pinching in the shoulder blade. Allow yourself a few minutes of break, about 2 minutes, and get back to do the drill again. 7 again, another set of 7. I can guarantee within 2 sets of 7, you should be able to get rid of that impingement, at least to the highest degree, allowing you to perform to the best of your ability. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I've been meaning to make that video for a long time, and that's something that I've observed about a few months ago, almost a year ago, that I noticed that anytime I did that drill, It relieved me from that impingement. And the way I know it really works is that as soon as it pinches, you would think you don't have enough, or or maybe you under recover that day to perform efficiently. But after you are able to do that drill, your shoulders just feel like new, like you never had that type of impingement. So when I look back, I feel like it's a really it's a game changer, because if I hadn't figured that out, there will be days where I give up on that exercise that day because the impingement happened, and I will blame it on maybe fatigue, or I may have strained something. But the fact that it occurred a few times, and anytime I did that drill, it worked, I can guarantee that that's a drill that can help you a lot in mitigating your shoulder pain. You may have something different than what I believe my drill can help you fix, but it's worth giving it a try. It's not gonna hurt you. Plus, improve your shoulder mobility, and more shoulder mobility in general lead to better comfort whenever you're performing any type of upper body movement. So that's that. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if that helped you. And yeah, everything is and will always be the mechanical way. Salute. Peace.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.